Ethan. I'll be your driver for the next 35 to 40 minutes here at the world-famous San Diego Zoo. I'm going to take you around about 70% of the zoo grounds, hopefully getting some awesome views of our animals here. It is a beautiful day in San Diego, a little bit cloudy. That's how the animals like it, so hopefully they're up to some cool things while we're driving by. As you may or may not know, this zoo makes up just one of the two that form the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance. Alongside our safari park up in Escondido, our goal is to create a world where all life thrives. If you look in front of the bus, to the left a little, you'll see a large exit sign. Going past that exit sign brings you to the reptile house, the reptile walk, and the explorer base camp. If you're someone who really likes reptiles, that goes tortoises, Komodo dragons, alligators, gharials, all kinds of really cool animals, then definitely check out that area later as well. It's also where most of our amphibians are, including the oxalotls and the giant Chinese salamander. So definitely check those guys out if that's something that interests you. As we go down this hill, just some basic safety. Make sure you keep those hands, arms, feet, legs, tails, any part of your body you want to go home with. Keep it inside the bus. We're going to have some really tight turns, as you might have just seen there. People think of animals when they think of zoos, but the San Diego Zoo is also a botanical garden. Plus the thousands of different species of plants, many of which are very rare and endangered. This part of the zoo that we're in right now represents our Southeast Asian Conservation Hub, which means most of the plants are 60 pounds. But the Siberian tiger, which is the largest, can actually reach more than twice his size at over 600 pounds. Little deck there. But if you look in the distance behind the hippos, you might be able to see some okapis over there. I do see one of them over in the stables over here. Actually, I think both of them might be in there. The okapis are a close relative of the giraffe. They're a large brown animal with white stripes on their legs and rear end. Those okapis are another example of a species survival plan that the zoo is working on. Those two are a male and a female. They do seem to get along very well so far, so we are hoping for babies from them. But they've only known each other for a little over a month, so we do have to be very patient with those two okapis there. As we go down this hill on the right side of the bus, we're going to get our first chance at seeing some primates here. On these platforms and ropes, you might be able to see some red-tailed guenons as well as some swamp monkeys. I do see a red-tailed guenon way up on the right side, and I actually see that might be the baby red-tailed monkey on that platform sort of in the middle over there. We do have several baby animals around the zoo today. Yeah, that's definitely the baby red-tailed guenon there. Really cool to see. He's not out very often. You can see he's still very small compared to those adults. He was just born in November. He is a lot more independent now, though. For the first month or so of a baby monkey's life, they'll be holding on to their parents pretty much non-stop. But now that he is about 7 months old, he is a bit more independent. You can see him jumping around. We're going to continue on ahead, though. Like I said, we do have several babies around the zoo. I'll at least mention any that we go past, and if we're really lucky, we might get to see more of them as well. Back at the entrance of the zoo, I'm assuming most of you got to see the American flamingos that we had over there. On the left side of the bus here, we are going to go past the African flamingos, which are a little bit smaller, and they're also a much lighter shade of pink. They're way over on the right side of the habitat over here, behind these trees, sort of. And as we go past them, we're also going to see some cormorants in this next area. Some of them have some really impressive nests right now. It is that time of year for them to be nesting. And there's also a yellow sign here that's in the shape of a kangaroo. Now, you're all currently on the guided bus tour, which doesn't stop until the very end, but we also have a kangaroo bus service that goes around the zoo, picking people up and dropping them off at 4 different stops. So if you want to avoid doing any extra walking today, or you want to avoid some of these big hills like this next one here, then definitely make use of those kangaroo buses. They are free with your ticket. And when she was just over a year old, she became the first zoo orangutan to have open heart surgery performed on her. It was a huge collaborative effort between the vet staff here and heart surgeons from UC San Diego. But in the end, it was a huge success. Aaron made a full recovery, and she still lives here happy and healthy over 30 years later since they had her on left side of the bus here are the mountain lions. They are a local species. During the day, they're usually resting down in the den. I see some people looking down under the rocks, so that's probably where they are right now. But if you come back to this area as the sun starts to go down, maybe around 5 or 6 p.m., that's when they start to climb around on the rocks a lot more, and you'll get to see them being more active. Those mountain lions, like I said, they are a local species found here in Southern California. So they're actually found all across the rocky regions of North and South America. They have a very wide range from over a mile away. So even if you're somewhere else in Balboa Park, you might still be able to hear them. We'll move on ahead though, let them enjoy their nap. Coming up on the right, I do see a private tour here, so I'll try to be a little quiet while we go by, but this is the jaguar habitat that we're about to go by. So keep your eyes peeled for a jaguar. Okay, yeah, I was checking all your favorite spots. I don't really see your out in the open. Much of the den over there, which does have a viewing window, so if you come back on foot later, you might be able to see her. You can probably see one of our African elephants way off in the distance over there behind these rocks. We're also going past the capybaras and the tapirs. We do have 3 different sizes of capybaras right now. We have 2 adults